What is up, everyone? It's Starters 101, and today we are back with WSDL week number 8. So last week we went 7-0, and we already clinched playoffs. But that doesn't mean we're stepping down. We're taking this down a notch. We're not. We're going balls deep once again. So as is standard by now, I should have this in my notepad. Hopefully. That does make an awful lot of sense. But this man has a Mega Kangaskhan. And that's threatening because I have very little for Mega Kang. I have a Gramble, which is the Rocky Helmet variant this week. More looking forward to having Druddigon. But also, well, Gramble has been so kind to me this entire season. Gramble is actually one of my new favorite low tier picks because of this season. And then the rest of the team, I just decided, you know what, let's just go balls to the wall offense. Apart from, it's actually more of a balanced team now. I'm looking at it, but I have a Gliscor with a Toxcorp, EQ, Firefang. Firefang is there for the Scizor that I didn't bring. So that's a wasted slot. I also have Fire Punch on Snorlax, which otherwise I would have been a Curse-like set again. But it opted to go with Fire Punch this time around. He also had a Kyurem Beat I didn't bring, which I was really happy about. I did bring a Thick Fat Snorlax, and then I just realized, wait, that's pointless because, well, I did bring Niente, fortunately. So Keldeo is Choice Scarf, Scald, HP Electric. HP Electric is for Azumarill, Secret Sword, and then Toxic. Toxic mostly there for Mew. And as you know, I always want to have a mono that speeds everything, and with Scarf Keldeo, I guarantee do that. Next up, we have Zard X, which is a Dragon Dance set with just 3 Dragon Dance 3 attacks, just Dragon Claw, Flare Blitz, and then Earthquake. And last but not least, we have a Life Orb Weavile with Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, Knockoff, and then a Poison Jab. Poison Jab being there for Azumarill. So, let's just hop into this game. I'm going to lead off with Zard, as he leads off with a Donphan, so I'm having none of it. And he's probably just going to go for his Stealth Rocks right here. But this week around, Gliscor is a Defog set. So he goes for an Ice Shard just to gauge damage, just to see what kind of set I am. So I think I'm mostly Fist Dive. But yeah, so I'm just going to fire off an EQ right here because it's going to hit everything apart from the Mesprit. And he's going to set up rocks again. But I'm also just going to defog, and he tries to capitalize on that, and he just hops straight into his Kangaskhan. So just like, you know what, he's going to double Ice Punch here, that's fine. I'm not staying in to nom those things. I'm just going to go hard into my check, into, well, basically my counter, which is Gramble. And then he whips out the Seismic Toss. Kang is allowed in most leagues right now, but the thing that's banned, Seismic Toss. This league forgot to put that in the fucking rules. So he can just use Seismic Toss, Mega Kangaskhan, meaning that I lose 200 of my health every single time he just clicks that button. It's basically a free kill every single time. So it's terrible. There's nothing I could do against this, and I didn't even know that. I tried to contact the leaders. Even when this happened, I just paused. Just like, dude, wait 1 second, and I just started a chat with the leaders, and they were just like, no, that's actually allowed. I was just like, well, that's broken and that's stupid. But so that shouldn't be allowed, but apparently it is. Well, so Gramble, well, did its job as best as it could, but it wasn't allowed to. It did 68%. 66% with Rocky Helmet to make a Kang. Unfortunately, it doesn't have enough health to survive, but I'm just going to go for the Life Orb knockoff. I knock off into Flame Plate, and here I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to chance it. If I get the exact same roll or higher, I get it. Otherwise, I don't. So I just tried. Here I should have probably gone for the Icicle Crash, just to get chip on Donphan, because Donphan was the major thing standing in the way of Zard. But at this point, I figure, you know what? Weavile is actually also really good in this game. And it can deal with a Mew, it can deal with a Mesprit, it can do big damage to Azu, so definitely not a free switch, not a free setup for Azu if it's a Belly Drum set. So I'll just hop into Gliscor again, and now I'm just gonna defog, yeah, again. And this time around, I'm just gonna fire off an EQ. But he turns out to be faster. He sets up the wish, and you're just like, oh my god, this thing is gonna have protect too, right? But no, he actually goes for seismic toss, so I'd lose 200 health again. But at least I get to finish off this Kangaskhan. I just chanced it. Maybe he doesn't have protect. Maybe he went for coverage or whatever. So this is where I get the crit instead of the other one. But you know. But now he goes into Mesprit. I'm just like, you know what, this thing probably has Ice Beam. Let me just hop into Snorlax and try and win from there. But here I'm just going to go for the Facade because I don't have Curse. So that is very unfortunate. But now he just hops into Azu, and we all know what this means, is that this is definitely a setup variant of Azu. And he is going to go for the Belly Drum right then and there. So I was already in the lead. I was feeling quite comfortable. I got rid of his Entei, I got rid of his Kangaskhan. I was feeling really good. And I even was running Facade because, well, Entei could burn me, but then it would still do big damage. I had Fire Punch for Scissor, so I was feeling super because. But had I had Curse Legs at this point, I would have set up like there once and then twice, and then done 52% to him. After he belly drummed, he would have been at 50, and then I could have Facade once, and I could have killed the thing. But unfortunately, no, I had to run Fire Punch for Scissor because otherwise then Snorlax was set up fodder for Scissor, and I didn't want that to just SD Bullet Punch through my team. Even though I could have chanced that because I obviously do have a Megazard. And a Keldeo, by the way. So which is probably why he didn't bring it in the first place. So I understand that reasoning, but I just felt like, you know what, late game Snorlax happen too often. I don't want to lose to Scissor like that. Now, it feels like I'm going to lose to Azu like that. But so I get off one more hit. And then I die to a player off. So that Azu is, yeah, Snorlax is not going to take that. It just went straight down. That HP dropped. HP bar dropped like there was no tomorrow. And now I have to sack one more thing, and it was probably going to be the Gliscor. Because both Mew and Mesprit could have Ice Beam. And then Donphan didn't really give a crap about my Earthquakes. So now I had to go into Keldeo because that was legitimately the only thing that could take an Aqua Jet from this range. So now we just have to HP Electric because Scald also had a chance to not kill. So I figured, you know what, let's just play it safe. He's not going to switch out anyway. His Ozzy did the job. He probably wants to just get chip on a Keldeo. So I was locked into that, and he just tries to set up his rocks. I just go in his Zard. He turns out to be a max HP, max defense Mesprit because this does, well, I would like to say 0 because it's a max offensive Zard. But now he just U-turns out, and he just goes into Donphan. And he goes for Chip, he goes for Rocky Helmet. So Zard is not going to have a fun time here. Maybe if I was a Will-O-Wisp set, I could have pulled something out of my ass. Unfortunately, this time I don't. So he outspeeds me, he EQs, and then Zard is just going to drop. So I have to, well, I just have to hop into my Keldeo, but I mean at this point, Donphan and Trick Room is just going to absolutely destroy me. So now I'm going to just hop into Weavile, but Donphan is very strong. It has a 120 base attack, so and that definitely takes out my Weavile from here. So as I said before, had I stayed in on the Donphan earlier and just crashed with Weavile, because Weavile after that didn't do anything, and Zard X may have been able to pull something out of its ass, but I didn't know that. So basically the combination of him having Seismic Toss, which I didn't know was allowed, kind of bent me over, but I'm not going to entirely put it on that. Also the Trick Room Mesprit in combination with a late game Donphan, plus an Azumarill under Trick Room is just the thing that completely fucked me up. I didn't see the Trick Room coming, so that was very good prep and awesomeness guys part. He's probably also going to make playoffs. His record looked really good. I think at this point, with this win, we went to 7-1, and he actually went to 5-3 or 6-2. I don't know. He was doing reasonably well. I think it was 5-3, so he was probably going to clinch playoffs. Would he keep on the hot streak that he built up with the momentum that he got versus me with the win? Because at this point, I was still undefeated. So yeah, that was that. So hopefully we'll meet again and I can get my revenge. We'll see that later. And that was it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and then we'll see you guys in the next one.